NBA draft rumors have come out that may have tipped the hand of what the Raptors are looking to do in the NBA draft this year. What's up, everybody? It's JJ Buckets. I've pretty much told you what we're going to talk about today. Yes, we are going to talk about draft rumors involving the Toronto Raptors and who they may select with that number 13 pick. So before I fully hop into things, usual drill, obviously make sure you're leaving a like on the video. Helps the algorithm and myself out a ton, so thank you. Subscribe if you're new here. Plus, if you plan on doing any responsible sports betting in the near future, just make sure to check out my link in the description below. You're going to have to excuse me on the pronunciation here, but Bilal Coulibaly, teammate of Victor Wembanyama, has a promise from a lottery team that he will be selected if he is there. That is the rumor we are working with today, and that rumor is the reason why many people have linked this team that's promising that he will be taken, that is in the lottery, to being Toronto. And honestly, I kind of see it, I kind of get it. This is a pick that 100% suits Masai Ujiri's MO in the past, and let me tell you why. Bilal, which is going to be the name I'll use moving forward, hopefully that pronunciation is decent. If he ever finds this video, I apologize in advance. But he does fit the MO of what Masai Ujiri has kind of looked to in the past when it comes to the draft, and kind of even not necessarily the draft, but just, you know, just pieces in general that you've put together on the team. Like, he's lengthy, he's got great size, he's a great defender. Many have described him as NBA ready already today. And he's a project offensively, of course, because why wouldn't he be, right? And again, like, it fits the MO, it fits the agenda that we're familiar with, and I see it, I get it, like in terms of the rumors, in terms of the links. Like, I understand why a lot of people hear that a lottery team has given him a promise, and a lot of people assume that it's the Raptors. I can fully understand why that is. Again, we've seen Masai Ujiri go after guys like Pascal Siakam. Remember how rough around the edges and how raw of a prospect that Pascal was. He obviously took some time. You had to develop his offensive game, similar to the case here. Boom. OG Anunoby, if you remember, also a very raw prospect at the time of his pick. Again, took some time for the offensive game to fill out. Still taking a little bit of time for certain aspects of the offensive game to fill out with OG, but again, I even think of like OG as a shooter coming into the draft, and as a shooter now, it's like light and day. Like, the point here that I'm trying to make is, I think this is a very Toronto type of pick. Very legitimate. They're looking at a guy that they're like, hey, you know what? He suits kind of the positionless ideals that we want to have here, and just the positionless nature of the NBA kind of moving forward. And they probably love that. And on top of which, again, they look at it and all they see is an offensive game that they have a chance to mold, and they have a chance to help this kid obviously get his talents and turn them into skills, turn them into assets for the team, etc., etc. You get the idea, right? Like, Toronto has not minded taking projects in the past and seeing if they pan out. Now, sometimes that's worked, sometimes that hasn't. Quite frankly, the timeline exactly is escaping me here, but I'm trying to remember if Bruno Caboclo was a Masai Ujiri pick or not. Somebody can let me know in the comment section, because I'm completely not remembering that properly right now, but you guys let me know. But yeah, I think of Bruno and I'm just like, yeah, sometimes those don't work out. And then obviously you have times like Pascal where it does. You have times like OG Anunoby where it does. Obviously, if you want to use examples away from Toronto, like, you obviously have guys like Paul George that came into the league very raw, and now they're highly skilled. Obviously, Kawhi Leonard fits the bill. Giannis Antetokounmpo fits the bill. Now, obviously, it is easy to look at the successes, but again, like, a team like Toronto has a track record of being willing to take on those challenges, and quite frankly, having success with those challenges. So, again, it makes sense here. And I do think if this is the direction that they're leaning, there is at least some feeling here that with Toronto, obviously we don't know the full direction of what they want this offseason to look like yet, whether or not they want to you know, run it back with some semblance of this group and they're trying to retool and they're trying to compete in the immediate future, or if they're willing to kind of embrace the Scottie Barnes timeline a little bit more. Which, quite frankly, I think if they're leaning in this direction based on Bilal's age, you're kind of thinking it's the latter here, right? Like, you're thinking that this is a team looking more so to the timeline of Scottie Barnes and when he's peaking and when he's at his best than they are at the current timeline thinking that they have a chance to compete. Now, I'm not saying Bilal is without a role in the NBA, kind of, if he does come in. Like, again, that defense is NBA ready as it stands, but again, the offense arguably isn't. So again, it'll be interesting. I do really genuinely believe if this rumor is true, if the link is correct, and if this is the pick they're making, I really do think Toronto is ready to embrace the Scottie Barnes timeline a little bit more. But y'all can let me know that in the comment section too, whether or not you feel like I'm on the ball with that one. Other than that, I really feel like that's mostly been it. This has kind of, again, been more of a news update on some kind of like recent murmurings that I found really interesting and I just wanted to share with all of you. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you have some thoughts for me for the comment section, because I really do enjoy reading it. I don't always get back to all of them, but there are sometimes where there are some really interesting ones that I like getting back to. So drop it all in the comment section below. Other than that, folks, usual drill. If you're still watching, thank you, first of all, and then naturally, usual drill, like the video, takes a second, and it really does make a huge difference for me, so thank you. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and yeah, that's pretty much been me. It's been JJ Buckets, it's been a pleasure, and I will see everybody next time.